Wow. The Academy Awards. Hey, Buzz, isn't this exciting?
May I help you, sir?
Hey, watch the badge.
It's just a security precaution, Woody. I've been receiving some questionable phone calls. It's okay, fellas. He's on the list.
Get over here. Buzz, look at you. This is the Oscars. It's supposed to be formal.
Well, that would explain all the penguins, then. Got it.
Black tie.
Gotcha.
The nominees are Monsters Incorporated, Pete Docter and John Lasseter. Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, Steve Odekirk and John A. Davis. Shrek, Aaron Warner. Gosh, up until now I thought Monsters Incorporated was a documentary on the Weinsteins. But...
Hey guys, welcome to Cartoon Chat. I'm Brian Swan, joined alongside my friend
K9 Biscuits, or also known as Mark Warren.
Yep, and we're talking about, I want to talk about the Academy Awards going into this, just for a little bit. Of course, this is the weekend that we get the Oscars, the fancy, oh, how amazing, oh, how glorious, how glitzy awards. And, you know, running through all of the prior awards, let's just run down from the beginning.
Yes, on the month where, for some reason, nothing exciting wants to come to theaters.
Yeah, nothing exciting comes to theaters.
P-Rap's coming out this month.
Oh no, it's February, I think.
I know, yeah, February.
Why didn't they have that in April? Like, you know, around Easter.
Yeah.
You would think that
Kinda
they
like
would...
Hop.
Right, but that was... Jesus, they are very similar, aren't they? God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. They didn't learn. I didn't...
They made Hop 2?
Hop 2? Like...
No, did they make Hop, T-O-O?
No, Illumination Entertainment made Hop.
Okay.
And then Sony was like, hey, you know, it worked. You know what people said was amazing? Hop. So we're going to make a similar styled Hop movie that's not during Easter. Because, you know, rabbits. But,
I remember when I saw Hop and I was like, oh, by Illumination. And then I saw in a trailer an evil guy with yellow minions. And it's like, what? It's just, you guys just put the same thing in the movie.
Exactly.
From the career, it's like, they only made like one movie. Exactly. And it's like, from the careers of Despicable Me, and then it cuts to the little evil chick with all his chick minions, and it's like, it's an evil guy with little yellow minions that can barely speak. So
original. Many well. Yeah. Illumination really grew. It's weird because like that company has grown so rapidly. I think it started in like 2007, and they're only 10 years old, you know, and they're making billion-dollar hits. It's weird, man. It's weird.
They've been playing it safe too for the longest time. It's been working.
Yeah, and people just eat that crap up. It's like, what the hell? But you know, I just want to run through some of these Academy Award nominees and winners for a little bit. We don't have to hit all of them, but you know, 2001, Shrek wins. First time out. I look at this one as like the beta test, the first time trying out, you know, because like Shrek. I think Shrek deserved the win because Shrek was
original.
Shrek was a special movie.
I love Monsters Incorporated though.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. Like these were, you know, two movies that really deserve to go back and forth. Jimmy Neutron, that's like... I'm
surprised they got...
I was like, okay, you guys, you're funny. That's cool, but...
I had fun with that movie, but that's like... I feel like there has to be a certain level of passion for movies that end up in the Academy Awards, but like this... Well, like the nominees usually surprise me, so...
Yeah, that was definitely a unique year. You know... Just a weird year for the animated nominees.
Like sometimes when these weird out of place movies get nominated, it's like I can imagine The Office, like when I can imagine like the Nick Office and Jimmy Neutron when they got nominated, like holy shit, we got nominated.
Rugrats is sitting there with their Paris movie, like wait, what? Yeah, I think Rugrats could have if they released in that year probably would have made it. If they,
Rugrats in Paris,
not Paris, but
Rugrats was okay. The first one, like, should have definitely got an award.
Yeah, that's that one.
The other one was a great movie.
I don't think 2 is as good as 1, but I do enjoy Paris.
But Paris is good too. I still like that. It's just like I like the development of 1 more. Not saying like 2 didn't have development either, because 2 had to check his mother and stuff. But it's just I just love the
brother,
the brotherly bond between
exactly,
Will
and it grows, and you actually see development between all the characters and how they work together. Yeah, it's a great film.
We're gonna get to it later. I feel like possibly rip that off a little bit. It was like a combination between Rugrats movie and Kids Next Door right there.
Probably, yeah, I would think so. Jesus, yeah, I would think so. I also though think that maybe you can. It's the same thing that I say with Secret Life of Pets, where people compare it to Toy Story a lot. And I sit and think, well, Toy Story came out in 95 or 96. There are kids that haven't seen that movie and probably won't unless it gets re-released into theaters. Why not use a storyline that's not going to be recycled? You can recycle a storyline. As long as it's not like Kung Fu Panda came out in 2008, another movie comes out in 2009 that's exactly the same plot. You can, I think, borrow a storyline that's 20 years old.
Yeah, you just got. I haven't seen Secret Life of Pets, but it's like you got just at least put an interesting twist on it.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, okay.
I'm only judging from the trailers. I haven't seen the movie. You said it was okay.
Yeah, it's still Illumination doing the play it safe mode. Again, they lifted the storyline from Toy Story, so playing it safe, going to see what works, and that's it. That's their motive. That's their modus operandi, as they say. It was 2002. Great year. I think a really good year. You had Spirited Away, Ice Age, Lilo and Stitch, Spirit, the Stallion of the Cimarron, and Treasure Planet. Really solid year. When you look at 2001 to 2002, like, God, is it different? Because, like, Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, you're going off...
What's up? What do you...
Wait, I didn't know what the podcast was going into it, so we're going through all the Academy Awards.
We don't have to go through all of them, but what do you want to go to?
No, what are we doing?
We're running through some of the Academy Awards, yeah. We're not going to run through all of them, but, you know.
Okay, I was just curious.
What's up?
No, I was just curious a little what we're going to... No, what was this, what we're doing?
Yeah, we're running through
it.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, Lilo and Stitch, timeless. Ice Age, you know, I think
Yeah.
It has comedy.
I can't put
it's
any
old CG.
It's same thing with the rest of the series too. Even the most recent one, old comedy. It's old CG. These movies they're harmless, but like again, I don't care if they.
That's not.
If you went back in time, you're gonna and like you said, I'm gonna stop these movies from existing. I'm like, okay.
Have fun with that.
Okay, you can do that. I don't care.
It's like you lose an Academy Award that apparently you get for making Ice Age, but you know.
Somebody else would get it.
Yeah, I think, you know, interestingly enough, you know, you have Spirited Away, Lilo and Stitch, I think Treasure Planet are the 3. Spirit was a really good movie, but I think that it was unique in itself because, have you seen that movie?
Spirited Away?
Not Spirited Away, Spirit, the horse movie by DreamWorks. It mixes hand-drawn and CG.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I think
that movie came after Shrek.
No, that's 2002. This is, we're talking 2002.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but very...
I'm not sure because like the DVD of Shrek had the trailer to it.
Right.
It misled me.
Yeah.
New movie from DreamWorks. What?
It's like, really? Yeah. I love going back and looking at trailers for movies that have been out for like a decade or two.
And dude, DVD special features of like old movies are great as a whole.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about re-release. I'm talking about go find like an old DVD of any movie from like back then from the 2000s. Just like go to special features, and it's like every time like you get an old Disney DVD, and it's like here's a sneak peek at coming soon to theaters. I'm like,
it's funny, yeah, coming soon to theaters.
Dude, and then you see like a trailer to Goofy movie or
oh my Stitch, god,
like, so
Jesus. What happened to us? I was just in the living room watching this when I was...
Look in the mirror, you have all these wrinkles and stuff.
Fucking gray hair, just have a diaper on.
That song from SpongeBob, you have multiple chins.
You have multiple...
old.
Come on, man, you had your blinker on for the past 5 blocks.
Past 5 blocks.
Yeah. But running up a little more, you know... Another weird year is 2004. That's where The Incredibles win. I think there's no contest here. You had Shark Tale and Shrek 2 as the other nominees. That was weird. You look at Incredibles. It's like, you know, it's like, oh.
So wait, what are the other nominees?
You had Incredibles versus Shark Tale and Shrek 2.
Shrek 2 is a good.
It's a good sequel, but fuck, if it's not gonna win.
I'd say it's worth getting to the nominees, but fucking Shark Tale, hell no.
That's like our current lineup right now.
Like I haven't watched. I've seen that movie. I saw that movie when it came out in theaters. I thought it was pretty cool because it was a
Shark Tale.
I was a kid. And I saw a review of it, and it's like, yeah, this is stupid. And creepy because it's humanoid.
It's human faces
on fish.
I remember as a kid also seeing it in theaters and just like, yeah, I like this, and I like the music, and it was cool that Will Smith was playing a fish. But then you grow up, and you're like, why did they put human faces on fish?
And Oscar's a dick.
And yeah, that was a very, yeah. I like the story. It's fun, but it's stupid. It's DreamWorks, but it's stupid.
They were trying to be hip.
Yes, yes, they were. I think Will Smith is is charismatic enough to play that character well. It works because that's Will Smith.
Yeah,
and he can play that role well. But it's just a weird execution of the concept of let's put human faces on fish.
He's a big actor. His name alone will sell movies. In the same vein as Samuel Jackson. You put Samuel Jackson in like any movie, and like it'll sell based on it has Samuel Jackson in it.
They could have a Nick Fury movie and just.
I would love that. Actually.
I would too. Just him literally just walking around somewhere.
I hear he's gonna be like a co-star in Captain Marvel, so I can't wait to see that.
That would be cool. As long as we get more Nick Fury, he just needs to keep coming back. I would love to just see him like. Through all as long as old as he gets,
I want to see his reaction after this whole Civil War thing happens.
Yeah, or you mean Avengers?
No, after that, because like the Civil War, he wasn't in Civil War.
That's
and
true.
It was a big breakup between the Avengers.
Why didn't they have Nick Fury in there?
No, because they explained it because like it was like it was like what the kids are doing while the parents are or while parents leave the house.
Okay.
Sort of situation.
Okay.
So like they're just sort of fighting.
You'd want to whoop all the masses then. Yeah. That's so stupid. Like, I guess that works as a
Nick Fury probably would have helped the situation. That's why he can't have him in there.
Right, like he would have been, yeah, that's odd.
Because he broke him. He's like he broke him up when they were fighting the first time.
It's one of those loopholes that it's one of those loopholes that should have been better covered. Because Nick Fury would have been somewhere in that situation. Yeah. Just as a hypothetical, he would have been somewhere in that situation. But it was 2004 Incredibles. Then you have a couple of these movies. 2009, I believe, was a very weird was a weird year because you had Ponyo coming out, and that got snuffed. And people really go back to the fact that Studio Ghibli was snuffed in 2009, snubbed in 2009, and Up won. But then you look at it, and it's like, it's a very competitive year. Fantastic Mr. Fox, Coraline, Princess and the Frog, and The Secret of the...
2 stop motions.
Yeah, it's like, and then Up as well. That was
those stop motion animations are easy access for nominees.
True, but that's because they're very hard. They're very, Yeah. You have to... That's a very...
As I said before, it's under... I keep it like a... That's like what I said. It's not an appreciated animation form.
Sure, and there's you rarely get it around on a big studio screen, on a big theatrical screen, but it's great to see when it is there. Early Man comes out I think next year or this year sometime, and that's going to be that's right, February. We just ran through it. Yeah, but yeah, it's I'm
excited to see that movie, but it's weird to say, but the premise itself doesn't seem like a nominee material. Yeah,
that's what's weird. Like that's the first one where I've seen Aardman just like, this movie doesn't have a plot line that's
not the first one. I was thinking the same thing with Flushed Away.
I enjoyed Flushed Away.
But
it's not an Academy Award. It's not an Academy Award nominee.
It's not a movie that's like, you could have done better with a more. You could have
done a better storyline.
You could have done a better storyline. But I still have fun with that movie. A lot of fun with that movie. I feel like there's a lot of things in the Early Man trailer I still like. I think I'm going to have fun with that too, so I'm excited to see that as well.
Yeah, it's like, I would compare Flushed Away to something like Paddington, for instance, and it's like, it's not Academy Award worthy.
People I heard a lot. I need to see
Paddington 2 is good. I saw it with my mom and sister. Really good.
I need to see.
Really
I'm going to see the first one before I go to see that movie.
Right. It takes itself. It keeps its environment and it keeps the world of Paddington as it would be, as it should be, a fictional world that is set in a world that we think of as our own. But yeah, 2009, very interesting. 2008 though, Kung Fu Panda, Wall-E, and Bolt. Kung Fu Panda could have won, but that's a good year. Bolt I think is a good movie, but I'm not. That's
Toy Story.
That's the lower of the
It's a Buzz Lightyear situation.
Huh.
Except there's nobody to be jealous of. It's not more of the angle where it's somebody comes in to replace somebody else. It's more of he's sort of a fish out of water because he was in his own little world.
Yep.
But then he has to realize reality is reality.
And I didn't think of that. Buzz Lightyear.
No, I've been thinking that since I saw the trailer when it was coming out in theaters.
Really?
This is a Buzz Lightyear situation.
See, since I've seen that trailer, I've just thought, man, I wish they had a TV show for Bolt because that was an actual. I remember seeing that as a kid. Okay. I remember seeing that when I was a kid, the trailer for it, and just that is cool. That is cool. I want that as a show. I want more of it. I was so I enjoyed Bolt so much. I ended up writing a script as a kid. I'm dead serious. It's a really small script, like a 12-page.
I know, you're looking at a guy who wrote books about. I had a stuffed animal named Skip, and I loved Finding Nemo.
Right.
And I always wrote all these books called Skip and Nemo. I had a whole giant fucking drawer of these books when I was little.
Just plot lines and ideas, and it's when you find a character that you enjoy, you really want, and you want to flesh out that world. You go about it in the way that you see fit, and that is, you're right. Let's see here. Here's another one. 2010, Toy Story 3, and How to Train Your Dragon.
Solid year. What else is there?
And The Illusionist. Now, I haven't seen The Illusionist. Let me go ahead and click on this real quick. Looking on Wikipedia here. Oh, this is a smaller French-British animated film.
Yeah. We're not going to count that little.
Yeah, it's as always, or not as always. It's weird because at first these were movies that were you look at 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5. Most of them are big releases, and then once you get into 2010, you get these smaller studio movies, and they've just been keeping these smaller studio movies in. 2011, Rango, Cat in Paris, Chico and Rita, Kung Fu Panda 2, Puss in Boots. Rango, I think, deserved it because it was, that was...
Rango was awesome.
Amazing. I was surprised because Nick movies really stepped their game up, and that was... that's the best Nick movie we had seen in a long time.
Put under Nick movie. Was it... Is it a team that, because they're under Paramount.
It's under Paramount, but, Paramount also... It's under Paramount that the SpongeBob movies were in. I think also the Rugrats movies, I think, were in as well.
I find it weird when there's original properties under Nick movies.
True. The ones that aren't actual, Nickelodeon brands. This was Nickelodeon, Blind Wink Productions, JK Films, Industrial Light and Magic worked on this as well. This was before Disney bought them, though. But, they had a nice lineup of production companies. But it was distributed by Paramount. But, what a lineup. What a great, you can see why that...
Ringo wasn't made. I love Ringo.
Yeah, too bad it didn't make a lot of money. It only it was $135 million budget. $135 million budget. $245 million box office. So it would have needed about $300 million to make back its marketing and, Yeah. So it just it made back its budget, but it didn't make back the extra returns. Once you don't make back double, Kung Fu Panda 2 people don't like. I think that it was a good.
I think it was a good movie.
Yeah, they say that it's not as. It's definitely not as good as the first one in terms of the classic nature of Kung Fu Panda, where the storyline is considered. But I do like the way in which they have him.
It has
they have him struggling with his history with himself as a panda. And it's you're the only panda in this area. What happened to your past? You see him get enraged. You see him trying to figure out what's going on. I really love that dynamic of fleshing out your character more and giving us more.
Yeah, the thing is, I got what I wanted and what I expected from the sequel. It's it's hard to surpass it because you get usually movies that have like great development when you're introducing a new world. It's just it's good, but like after that, you're already used to the world.
Right.
And it's it's hard to top. It's hard to top the introduction of the world. Yeah,
once you're done with that, and it's like, all right, so where do we take the character then? And then where do we take the character? And then where do we take the setting? And then where do we... It's like, you already developed that, so what's next? You got to keep finding new things to do with it.
That's what
we found with Madagascar, where they kept like, let's go here. Fuck, Europe? Okay, let's go to Europe. Okay, let's go. All right, it's like they just kept going everywhere.
Those movies make the award because that'll be weird.
No, they didn't make it, but I'm saying that's the.
Oh yeah.
They never made it in the lineup here, but you had Puss in Boots, which I also think very good spin-off, but not.
I have not seen it still yet, but I've been wanting to get into it.
Now the interesting thing about this, and I'm making a video about this with DreamWorks. This movie's budget was $130 million. $130 million. Guess how much it made back?
How much?
In the era of cats on the internet, in the era where people knew about Shrek, in the era where Puss in Boots was a known property, how much? Just guess.
Today's all-new Pokemon will return in a moment on Kids WB. And now, back to an all-new Pokemon on Kids WB.
200?
500, and I believe $55 million. That's Lego movie money. That's Lego. That's that's about on par with how much Lego movie made. That is insane. Yeah.
Got a Netflix series.
They have a Netflix series. They were gonna make a sequel, but and it was supposed to come out in 2018. This year. It fell through because of the DreamWorks restructuring in the middle of the decade. But yeah, missed opportunity there because $500 million. That means that your sequel would have made at least 300.
It's still kept relevant because there's other focuses.
There's other brands, but they were already setting to release in 2018.
Yeah.
Even then, back in 2011, they were still like, hey, it's gonna be a little while, but they were still hoping that to keep that going. But moving up,
I say 3 years later, but after 7 years later.
The weird thing is now we're seeing movies like Wreck-It Ralph, where it's 5-6 years later they're still Frozen.
When did Wreck-It Ralph come out?
2012, because it's right here.
Wreck-It Ralph came out in 2012. It felt like it didn't feel like it was 2012, but yeah, it was 2012.
That was the year where 2012 where they didn't nominate Monsters University, or was that 2013?
The thing about Wreck-It Ralph, it's not the movie itself that helped it, that helped the advertising. It was kind of like the cameos.
Exactly. Just the Sonic cameo.
It was like video game characters. I know these guys. I want to see the movie because they're in it.
Right.
I don't know if the sequel's gonna have that.
That's the thing. That's
based off the internet too.
Yeah, we just kept seeing these little snippets of development where they're like, yeah, we're gonna go into the internet instead of the video games. I think the video games were where you should have stayed. Yeah. Just as a concept, I know that you were already you already did the Mario Kart. You already did the. I think you could have gone into a more action. You could have gone into something. I don't know.
Especially the same year getting Ready Player One out.
True, man. That's gonna be interesting.
That's Arby's Twitter the movie. I heard somebody say
Arby's Twitter.
Have you seen Arby's Twitter? There's they always have little
references,
games references.
Jesus,
everything is just
Arby's is please notice us, please. Man,
they're cool. It's clever.
They're cool. Their food isn't, so they're.
The way they do the little references on their little Twitters is cool. They have little linked pictures.
Yeah.
And it's they always hint what this is.
And that's
people who are fans of that series know exactly what it is, and they're like, oh, that's cool.
Hey guys, you'll like this. Check it out. 2013, Frozen wins. It beats out sort of a bland lineup if you don't count The Wind Rises, which was a Studio Ghibli movie. Everything else though pretty bland. The Croods, Despicable Me 2.
Yeah.
Ernest and Cecily, which was a smaller movie, but Frozen, it's
what year Lego movie came out?
20... That was the one that was snubbed, I believe. Yeah, because that didn't make it.
Where the fuck is that one?
2014, I believe, or 2015. One of those two... Inside Out 1 in 2015, Big Hero 6 1 in 2014. And yeah, I think it was 2015 because that was And Lego Movie wasn't there. Lego Movie clearly would have won if it was there.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah.
A lot of people was skeptical, so they would want to hear about it. Like when people thought it was a I remember I keep hearing people think it was a terrible idea when it was in concept. I didn't know about it until a trailer came out. Okay. Thinking about it, I don't think it would have been a failed concept because just Lego's a big property and you have a lot to work with.
It's a big property. I think they were worried about what we got with the Emoji Movie, where it's are you just going to do a shameless bullshit movie, or are you going to make an actual effort? And they made actual effort, unlike the Emoji Movie, which was.
I guess people thought it was going to be a pointless movie. It's just toys and blocks. How are you going to make a movie about that?
Right, and when you forget about the creative side of the fact that Lego is beyond creative, it's
because you have a lot of games and stuff that already exist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a wonderful property to go into. And it sucks that Lego Ninjago... I mean, Lego Ninjago wasn't the best movie, but it sucks that one... It's just going... the Lego Cinematic Universe is going down in box office.
That should not have came out the same... It was saturation at that point. That should not come out the same year as Lego Batman.
Exactly. That was
they could have saved it for this year.
They could have... Yeah, easily.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Perfect would come out in January. It's not come out in January, so
I don't... Yeah.
I don't know why these, because animation's hard to sell. For certain animations. It's if you're not big.
I mean, we see that there's still a good tail on Coco. At least there was a good tail all the way up until through New Year. And that came out in November. So Coco was still running strong. Ferdinand was dying out. But it still had a sort of long tail in terms of box office revenue. Releasing in January, you have to hope that whatever animated movie came out in December isn't going to keep carrying over.
Yeah, I think Kung Fu Panda 3 came out in January.
It did.
Actually.
It did. It came out last year,
and that was cool.
It made a lot. It made its money back. Yeah. It made all of its revenue back. So they should be making a sequel, but they haven't announced it yet. Or a spinoff of some kind. Inside Out 2014 Big Hero 6 and How to Train Your Dragon 2. That was a very contested battle because How to Train Your Dragon 2, I think, one of DreamWorks' best movies.
Yes.
And Big Hero 6, as much as I love it.
It's okay. Big Hero 6, I like it. It's okay. It's nothing original for me. It's just I
like the fact that it takes science into in a different perspective. It makes it more interesting, but...
I like the fact that it's an animated superhero movie, which you don't get much of.
True. There's a Marvel property they could have dug into, but they didn't. They said, hey, let's push it over here. Let's see what they do. Yeah.
I like the movie. I like its style. I like its characters. It's just
it didn't do what How to Train Your Dragon did. It didn't touch me. It wasn't original. It was just it was just fun while I was watching. That's it. Right. You had the death of... spoilers. You had the death of Hiccup's father. Right?
I didn't feel nothing for that.
You didn't feel anything for that?
Or for his... For his brother. Because it was I don't know.
Those characters you just... Okay. It's just you feel... I felt something with How to Train Your Dragon 2 way more than I did. I felt his I felt the fact that you missed him. No, not Big Hero. No, not Hero. Oh. Sorry, I shifted over to How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
But
I definitely felt for How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, that was the difference, right? You felt for those losses and you felt for the situation that the characters were in because you felt there were stakes involved. And the fact that you have this giant freaking that was enormous. That was insane. Very good movie. DreamWorks' best. One of DreamWorks' best. And the fact that it didn't win, that's what's weird. But all right, let's start last two years, 2016 and 2017. 2016. What's up?
We did go through all of them.
No, we didn't go through. We could go through 20. We didn't go through 2012, which was Brave. We didn't go through. We didn't go through a bunch of 2000s, like Ratatouille and all that stuff.
I keep forgetting to go see Brave. I'm trying to.
I don't care. I don't have any. I have no ounce of interest to.
If I did, I already seen it by now. I have to keep reminding myself too. That's a bad thing. That's not good.
It's one of those things where it's do I want to see it's the same with Frozen. I've seen Frozen because I've seen them watch Frozen.
I'm trying to watch I'm trying to make sure I see every Pixar movie, but some of the ones I don't have much interest in, even though I hear it might be good or not. It's just I gotta remember to see this movie.
Cars 3. Cars 3.
Remember to see this movie, and then I don't.
It just drags on. You just because there are already movies coming out this year, and you're just like, I don't care. I want to see. I want to watch what I want to watch at the moment. And Pixar, it's like maybe I'll watch it, but you're not in any rush to. But 2016 was the year Pixar was off. We had Zootopia, Kubo and the Two Strings, Moana, My Life as a Zucchini, and The Red Turtle.
Jesus,
great year. I remember we were debating that throughout the month, just like who's gonna win, because I really thought Kubo should have won it. I saw Zootopia as a great movie with a great story and a great lesson.
That's a hard one. I love Zootopia, dude.
Freaking good.
Kubo was good.
And Kubo,
Kubo was great too. It's just it's a hard one, but dude, I fucking love the shit out of Zootopia. That was a clever movie.
Yeah,
more clever than I thought. I thought it was just just a basic furry movie.
Yeah, when we saw the first trailer, we were like, "Whoa, what is this gonna be?"
No, we were skeptical, but we liked the style of it. We were excited to see it, but we just didn't know. We just didn't know what it was.
Right.
And we were like.
And Illumination saw that and said, "Hey, let's make 2 animal movies since Disney's making that too. Let's
we can do better. What?
We can do everything."
Oh, you guys think that's good? Yeah. Wait till you see our movie.
Sing and fucking Secret Life of Pets.
What is that thing? Stay away from me.
It's like Venom from not Venom. Who's that character from Spider-Man 3? Not Venom. That was Venom, right?
Yeah, that was Venom.
He just starts to take it. It's like that's Illumination. It grabs the animation industry. Just tries to take it. Just what can we siphon out from this crap to make $1 billion? The most brainless shit. It's like what the fuck.
It's like they took a good dish and chewed it and spit it out and tried to mold the pre-chewed guck into something else. Okay. See? It's art.
We made our food too. It's like what the fuck? God, let's see. Yeah, it's. I mean, they're gonna make a Grinch movie. We'll see how that goes. Let's see how ungeneric this movie will be.
The Grinch design, it's so weird. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm curious how they're gonna work that for because the Grinch is a
scary character.
He's not meant to be scary. He's meant to be,
but his
ugly
face,
and antagonizing. Yeah. He has to be, because the Grinch obviously has to be, how the story goes. He has to be antagonizing for the first half of the movie.
Right.
And having him look it's fun. It's just the thing with the even with the live action one and the of course they have the classic and the live action one. I love the live action one.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Some people don't. I love it.
It's fun.
But he's a fun character to watch. He's supposed to be understandably antagonizing for the first for the first half, and until
the story then turns to be the other direction, but
until the climax, pretty much. Until he's supposed to be antagonizing until the third act.
Right, except if you're gonna have your character look like a merchandizable plush toy, it's gonna really affect the way we see the Grinch.
It's weird.
It doesn't.
They have to take a different take on it because we already seen 2 takes on the Grinch. Because if it's
Sony's done 3 Spider-Men, they don't need to do anything different. If
it's beat for beat, it's just it's the Grinch, but it's in CG now. It's gonna turn me off. You gotta do something besides the weird design look you got to it. You gotta do something different.
Yes, I mean, it seems like these Dr. Seuss animated films usually make their revenue back. There hasn't been a decline or fail, I don't think, of one. If I'm not mistaken, tell me in the comments.
Been, like,
but like Horton Hears a Who and the Lorax. I think you have these movies. It's like they haven't really failed at the box office. So them
both of
doing
them
it
had
makes
old
sense.
cartoons, but like it's like they have. It doesn't feel saturated. The Grinch had a live action movie. It already had a movie.
Right.
So
but then again,
it's kind of like.
Then again, you have a bunch of kids that probably haven't seen that.
I know it because I know I get you mean that argument, but because of it, it's still the thing the kids haven't seen still exists and they can go back to it. So you can't make a carbon copy. You have to add a twist to it, or else it's just plagiarism.
Hear that, Ben 10 and Powerpuff Girls and all that garbage and all right, but yeah, you're right. That's the situation we're in with the Grinch, and I mean at least we haven't gotten a Seuss cinematic universe.
Yeah,
it's safe from that. We didn't get a Dr. Seuss cinematic universe. 2017, another year.
We're getting a Scoob cinematic universe.
Oh my god!
Why do they do it? That's weird. Is this leading up to like the Laugh Olympics? Because like there was like an old cartoon, the Laugh Olympics, where just like they have these.
I don't even think they know what that property is. I don't think they even care. Well, I think that's something they're probably looking at. They're listening to that like, what are you talking about? Like even the executives are like, we have no idea what that is.
I think it was this random thing. All the Hanna-Barbera cartoons showed up for no reason, and that was just a thing.
Yeah,
it was an old thing. So like, I guess like they just. It'll be funny though. I'll be like ironically interested.
True, it'd be great if like you had all of the cartoon characters, arrive in one place, like say New York in live action, and they had some human characters to bounce off of. And,
No, not that. No, but like if they're giving all these old Hanna-Barbera cartoons CG movies, and then like. They're building up to the least serious crossover ever, and it's just like the Laugh Olympics. And
I think that it might bomb, and I would not be surprised because I don't think kids know, and I don't think parents,
I'll be ironically interested.
No, I think the problem is that like these properties are now like the properties were at one point like on Boomerang, right? Because that was a decade ago. Now the people that knew those cartoons. In their younger age are what, like 50? Right? Like so the kids of those kids don't really care about the Flintstones. Then the kids of those kids probably don't know what the Flintstones are. So you have something like the Croods, for instance, right? And it's like they know more about the Croods than they do the Flintstones.
Yeah, the Flintstones are even barely being advertised in their own cereal nowadays.
Exactly. That's
Scooby-Doo is the only thing that can sell it because Scooby-Doo is still
slightly relevant.
They keep it relevant. He still has his yearly releases.
Direct
to DVD releases, but he's still being kept.
No, but I don't know if it would have enough revenue to pull in. Another.
I know he's still people still know him, but like people don't really care about him. That's the thing.
Yeah. Kind of like the Smurfs at this point.
It's like I'm pretty sure like. At least like a 6 or 7-year-old kid can like if I showed him a plushie of Scooby-Doo like Scooby-Doo.
I don't know. Would they? I think they'd say like.
I feel like they would because like Scooby-Doo's been around.
But it depends on if they show. I think that they might say just dog. To be honest.
I know. But I think they will even if
they could associate
it. It's something they've seen before.
Possibly. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know if that dynamic's there, because everyone's doing streaming now, and I think that they're all in their own little wings. So they don't, like, everyone doesn't do that. Like, I just don't. It's the same thing where it's like, there are people that don't know what Danny Phantom is. Right? I mean, that's a property that hasn't been reused, obviously, but, it's like, that's a property that just, like, is. People don't know what Danny Phantom is. People don't know what a lot of, like, it. Yeah. 2017 though. Let's run through this. Boss Baby, The Breadwinner, and no lie, both me and Mark. I told him Breadwinner. I looked at this when I first saw it. I thought it was Breadwinners, and I was about to lose my mind. Like, there's no way that Nickelodeon's
Duckies, because we got a rocket van delivering rats flying crazy can.
God, that was bad. Coco, Ferdinand, and Loving Vincent. But yeah,
Freaking Ferdinand.
I don't get it.
Nobody even cared for that movie.
Literally, no one cared about.
It wasn't even good either.
It was an average movie. It's the first blue sky bomb.
Let me think. Let me try to think for a minute. What else came out in theaters this year?
Lego Batman.
Cars 3.
Lego Batman, Lego Ninjago. Cars 3 wasn't that great though.
I haven't seen it. I just know people liked it.
They tried to put a storyline of Lightning McQueen having to go into early retirement, but it felt very useless. It felt like they didn't need to put him into retirement.
Was it Rocky kind of like?
Pretty much. It's like they tried to put him into retirement in a way in which it's like, but like they told a storyline that doesn't make it makes sense, but it didn't necessarily need to make sense. You didn't need to put it that way. Yeah, that was unnecessary. You could have just left Cars on its own. I appreciate the movie, but I don't care. Both Lego movies aren't nominated. Lego Batman, I think, maybe should have been.
Lego Batman deserves it.
Better than Ferdinand. Better than Ferdinand. I think.
Oh, way better than Ferdinand.
I think that's the thing. They went up against superhero movies and they did very good. You know, this is, I think, deserved of a spot. What else? Let me see 2017 movies real quick.
It was a fun parody of superhero movies.
No, we didn't have many good movies. Wow.
Despicable Me 3 came out.
If Nut Job 2, Despicable Me 3, and Emoji Movie are on the top or in the main list here, then it hasn't been a great year.
I like Cat in Nine Pants, but I don't think that's nominee material.
No,
it's for me, and that's it.
Snubs
came out.
It wasn't a great year. You had there's Mary and the Witch's Flower, and there is the other one, Your Name, which I think were two that should have been nominated as well, but weren't. You have Coco, Despicable Me 3, Boss Baby, Cars 3, Lego Batman, Captain Underpants, The Emoji Movie, Ferdinand, Nut Job 2, Nutty by Nature, Stupid by
My Little Pony the Movie,
Stupid Forever, My Little Pony the Movie, Smurfs, The Star. This is the thing.
The Star should have won.
I almost took you seriously for a second. I was like, what?
What?
Well, man, no, but yeah, I think the thing about Ferdinand is if you're gonna put Ferdinand in, it's like then all of these other movies are like should be able to enter too. That's the problem. It's like Ferdinand just isn't on the like. It's like, why did you put that? Hell, Boss Baby. It's like it's an imaginary movie, but so is Lego Batman, and Lego Batman executed, I think, better. That's the
His problem. Earlier, surprisingly, no anime movies didn't get picked this year. Because we both watched Your Name, we thought that was good.
Yep.
I think that was worthy getting nominated, even when.
No, I think so. There was a commenter on my. I did a rant on it. There was a commenter that said, because Disney licensed the Studio Ghibli films, it's interesting that let me pick up the comment. But what were you saying?
It's weird that an anime movie period didn't get nominated for 2017.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that it's like it's weird because it doesn't make logical sense. So like, okay, well, I mean, these guys make like. I think consistently we've seen that Japan is now making stronger. Japan and Eastern Asian companies are making stronger gains in terms of the animation world than almost any other. I mean, we did most American companies ditched hand-drawn animation. They're still going with it, and they're making great films from it.
Yeah. Oh, going off sides real quick. Like, why doesn't advertisement come up when you watch your own videos?
What's up?
Why doesn't advertisement come up when you watch your own videos?
What isn't what?
Why doesn't advertisement come up when you watch your own videos?
I have no idea. Don't know. That's.
Does that help you?
I don't think so. If I like kept refreshing, I don't think that's not how.
Yeah, like money. We got to have money.
Let me see. Boss Baby nominated. I want to find this comment because it's really good. I really appreciated. I really appreciated this comment because when they said it was like, it made a lot of sense. It made me. Here we go. A commentary by the I'm gonna spell it IKA. It was like, if you ain't Disney, DreamWorks, or Ghibli, then the American award shows don't care. And then you go down, like someone commented, but Ghibli is Japanese. But then she said back, or he or she said back, but the studio is somewhat respected, although that might be because Disney has distribution rights. The only time that Studio Ghibli got awards was when Disney was distributing the films.
Yeah.
So I just find it like, it almost broke my brain. Like, is it only because Disney like distributed these films that they're getting noticed? Because other Japanese properties aren't really. It's like, that would be so disappointing if
there's Disney bias,
that would suck. I mean,
I think like I remember like I hear about they did a test where like there was this for some random movie. It was like they gave it to a test audience, and they didn't really like the film that much, and then they showed to the same movie to another test audience, but put the Disney logo in front of it, and they had a much more positive response.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what movie that was with, but I heard that was like a real test somewhere.
I'm not surprised. I mean, the audiences can't discern the difference between DreamWorks film, Illumination film, Blue Sky film. They can tell the difference between Disney. And then, remember, in 2011, 2012, 2013, people kept saying, oh, that's a Pixar film because it was CG.
Yeah,
all the CG movies were Pixar movies until they realized, oh, that's not true. And then
it's a thing of the mind. It's just like because it's from these people you trust and you feel like you're friends with. It's just like you get a more positive look on things. So,
right.
I mean, I guess a bet examples like saying like if Zootopia, as good as that movie looks and stuff, if that had the Illumination logo in front of it, I'll be like, okay, this looks good, but I don't know where it's gonna go. So like,
oh my god,
like I'll give it a try.
That scares me.
And yeah, it does.
That's the problem. Oh goddamn, that's the problem. That's
that reality.
The studio's name affects.
Like because we saw it from the Disney logo, okay, this could be good. This would be a really good movie. Like super positive on it. It's
the history of that particular studio, the legacy of the studio that may determine how it succeeds.
Or like, I'm gonna give you more weird. Okay, so like, or Boss Baby came out with the Pixar logo in front of it. I'd be like, I trust them, but this looks weird.
Well, yeah, it would be like a Monsters University thing. I mean, I thought that was good, but critics thought it was like bad. It would be like that, where it's like, oh, they're losing their way, pretty much. So that'd be the main,
Yeah, but like it'd be like, I trust them, but like I don't know where I'm getting into this with this.
Exactly.
And but it has a DreamWorks logo in front of it, so like I just expect it's just one of their weird movies.
Yeah, it's a cultish following almost.
Yeah.
Where it's almost like Apple with the iPhone. Everyone's like, oh, it's Apple, so get the iPhone, even though it costs $1,000.
No, Kia iPhone 8. What the fuck is that shit?
Exactly.
The Apple iPhone 8. Give me! Mine!
It's ridiculous.
The mind works in weird ways, so...
You find something you like, you stick to it. Brand names are everything, and if you're not a brand name, and you make a really good movie... That was my argument with Kubo, which is like, it's a smaller studio that doesn't have much, and they work in a very small studio with very few people, and they went right up alongside Zootopia, and I really think that because it was a smaller studio and they worked really hard on it, the effort should have mattered, but it didn't. Yeah,
director's name's so like you can put out a movie saying. Steven Spielberg sneezed
Emoji movie.
Steven Spielberg sneezed on it, and it's like Steven Spielberg.
Right. The Academy Award-winning director Steven Spielberg will direct Emoji Movie 2, coming in theaters this 2020. God. 2017. I mean, I think there's no. The problem is there's no contest this year. Coco's gonna win. We all know it's gonna win because Disney's won. What? Coco? What was it? Zootopia, Inside Out, Big Hero 6, Brave, Frozen, Toy Story 3, Up, WALL-E, Ratatouille. Then you have Incredibles, Finding Nemo. You know, and that's the thing. They're out of all the years that's been here since 2001, Spirited Away, Wallace and Gromit, Happy Feet, Rango, and is that it? And that's it. 4 out of the past 18 or 17 years have been non-Disney movies. There is a Disney bias, and that's the unfortunate thing. But you know, I think no contest. Coco will win. Mark,
yeah, I love Coco. It deserved it.
Yeah.
You see it yet?
No.
God damn it.
I'll check it out, but it deserves to win. But I think only in the I think that even if you had the Lego Batman movie and they wouldn't win compared to Coco, it just would make an interesting battle.
I'd say more interesting than Ferdinand.
Interesting than Ferdinand.
I'm honestly pissed that Ferdinand got in there. Like,
that's the problem. It's like they just grabbed a hat and it's like, what should we pick? And they just chose like some random like movies. I mean, it doesn't make sense. But Mark, thank you for joining me for this rundown of animated features. We will probably do this again next year, and I want to do a 2020 the best of the best movies, and we'll just like a countdown sort of thing, where we just run down the best movies of the past 20 years, animation wise. But
top worst movies of 2018. Number 1, The Incredibles. That was shit.
What, dude?
I think Emoji Movie was better.
We talked about this thing before, but what if Incredibles 2 is bad?
Yeah.
What if it is? I don't think it will be, but what if it is? Like, I don't think I could handle that.
That'll be disappointing.
That would suck. I mean,
that'll be a massive disappointment.
Exactly.
I'll be furious.
I mean, they got Cars 3, bad. They did what other sequels? Monsters University was like their sequels are good, okay. I'm just like, what if it's not gonna suck. It's not gonna suck. But what if it does? That's all. Yeah. That's all. That's what I'll leave with.
Okay, what I'm afraid of is it's gonna be okay. I don't want that. It needs to be amazing.
It needs to be the best. It has to be when we come back next year. This has to be the winner.
Yes.
Incredibles 2 has to be the winner, and maybe Isle of Dogs will be second to that. I think Isle of Dogs could win. I don't know. Again, we've been through this. Disney bias. If Incredibles 2 is there, and Isle of Dogs is there, Incredibles 2 is winning it. There's no contest. Yeah,
like Incredibles 2 needs to be like the number 2, and Isle of Dogs needs to be the number 3 of the year.
What's number 1?
Peter Rabbit, obviously.
God damn. Why did I open myself up to these? God damn.
I was so glad he did, or else that joke wouldn't work.
I was about to say, wait, he skipped over, like, what do you think will be the talking this upcoming year?
I know Hotel Transylvania 3 isn't getting it. That's just like a...
That's another sequel. I mean, it's never got.
It's a weird sequel. But I like the first movie. It's just like, I don't know.
Well, the series has never been in the awards lineup at all. But you have Incredibles 2. You have.
I'm curious if the movies make money or anything. They're good. I love the animation. Still, it's just like
they make money. Okay. That's why they keep making the sequels.
Okay.
It's Sony we're talking about. Those if it makes money, Emoji Movie.
They have passion in their one out. Like
they have passion with those. Emoji Movie.
Oh no.
Yeah. But another spot. I think Spider-Man could be in the lineup if it's good enough. It depends on how they think of animated movies and superhero movies, because we've seen that. I think if Incredibles 2 is in there and that's a superhero movie, then we could see Spider-Man if it's good. It has to be good. It can't be a crap movie. Then again, we have Ferdinand in there this year, so we'll see.
You're talking about the Incredibles. I think I love the art style of Spider-Man so much. Like, it'll be disappointing to me if that's bad too.
Yeah, that would suck. But yeah. So if we were to tally up, what would be the 3 nominees that you would think we're gonna be in there? You said Incredibles, right?
Number 1, The Incredibles.
Don't mind the noise, people.
Number 2, Isle of Dogs. What else is coming out this year?
All right, we have Incredibles, Hotel Transylvania 3, Sherlock Gnomes, Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so number 1, Sherlock Gnomes. Then the...
Oh no! Oh my god! That freaking twerking
it was just like the freaking mankini
assing elf.
Yeah.
Just why? This is a kids movie. What are you? Who is this movie for? Who is this movie for? Like what? What? But so, what do you think? So, what are your nominees though?
I go through the movies
and your winner. So, Incredibles 2, Hotel Transylvania 3. I'm just gonna put the ones that are probably gonna be the best. Incredibles 2, Transylvania 3, Ralph 2, Isle of Dogs, Early Man, Smallfoot, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Grinch, and that's about it in terms of the lineup this year so far.
I forgot to mention Teen Titans Go. That's a thing.
No, I was talking about the ones that are probably gonna make the awards list. I'm not gonna fucking bring up Teen Titans Go. If that makes it, I swear to God, I am done.
Wait, you talk about? You say you only movies that make the award list. Yeah, you mentioned the name.
I said Spider-Man. I said
Yeah. You mentioned the Grinch.
Oh, good. I don't know. Well, again, if I'm going up to the barrier of entry that if Ferdinand can do it. But I don't think
fuck life.
That's our new, if Ferdinand can do it, anyone, almost anyone.
Cena can do it, anybody.
But yeah, your front runner is Incredibles 2, right? You think that Incredibles 2 is just going to win, right? Or?
Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, and then Spider-Boy.
Isle of Dogs, Spider.
Are you gonna cut out this part where we're just writing down? Because it's just like awkward silence, or and just hear yeah.
My dearest friend. But no, yeah, it's gonna be another year of It's interesting that Wreck-It Ralph. You think it could be the 4th pick, or do you think it's just not gonna? Because
I think it's gonna I feel like it's just gonna be a fun movie, but I doubt it's gonna be award material.
Because it made it last time. The first one made it, but then you have Early Man, which
Because my prediction is, I feel like it's like all those licensed characters you see, like you're probably not even gonna give them this movie because I like the characters that are within the universe. Ralph, Felix, I forgot the soldier's name.
Right? The soldier's name.
I like
Call of Mass Effect. A girl or
Samus.
Samus character.
And the Penelope. I like those characters. And it's gonna be fun to watch them go through.
Yeah.
Go through misadventures again. I think it's gonna be a fun movie. I am interested in revisiting these characters anyway, but I doubt it's gonna be anywhere near award material.
You're not seeing, I don't think any of it. We're not seeing like a Kung Fu Panda 2 kind of thing because the first movie wasn't, to be honest, it's not on par with even Kung Fu Panda. So you're not going to get a Kung Fu Panda 2 where the sequel is engaging us even more. Yeah, I think if we were to put a 4th one in, I would debate Early Man or Ralph or maybe Smallfoot.
I'd say Early Man.
Yeah, because it's
Smallfoot is looking like Next Storks, where it's going to be a fun movie, but it's not going to be award material.
Yeah,
it's not going to be anything touching. It's going to be fun, which I love. I love movies that I still have a love for these movies that don't try to do anything touching. That are just dumb fun.
breaking news, by the way. 1 day ago. Warner Animation Group books deals to make Dr. Seuss movies. Cat in the Hat, first up.
They are doing the universe. I feel it.
Yep. So, the guys that made Smallfoot are making Cat in the Hat next. And that's their plan. Well, I mean, they have the Lego movie, too, but, they're...
Again, Cat in the Hat has its own movie. You can't do it beat for beat. You gotta have something to twist.
Yep. And now we're just gonna get a bunch of animated... we already built it up, because we already have animated Dr. Seuss movies, but now we will build more. Because Warner now has the property. So, we'll see how that goes. But, Mark, thank you for joining me on this this list of animation nominees. This will be fun. Because we'll come back next year, we'll see how we do, we'll see what actually ends up happening. We'll see if World War III happened, if Pixar blew up and all of the production material for Incredibles 2 died, so
Disney gonna finally go bankrupt.
Oh my god. All of their
they're gonna finally go bankrupt and get bought by Sony.
PlayStation. Just the Disney station or whatever. Jesus. That is
Pixar presents Emoji Movie 3.
Oh my god. You will do it, we command you. Just a bunch of crap.
Just have a bunch of whips. And that guy with a Sony shirt just like whipping John Lasseter.
Stop it! Alright, again, find Mark, Canine Biscuits, and Blasting Turbo Ports on YouTube. Dead channels that may or may not get revivals in the next 500 years.
Feels like
sometime in the not too distant future. In the probably distant future. 10 years from now. And of course find me at athemocracy.
When the
subscribe.
internet's dead.
Yeah. Once YouTube dies, I think it's time to get into it. I think it's time to jump into the YouTube bubble. But alright guys, thanks for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more.